think despite how great he was on the court, you get to see that he was human. He went through things like me and you go through,
right?
Everybody go through, and he had to deal with things how we had to deal with them, and get through them and get over them and learn how to play with stress and going through deaths in his family, and he's a human being at the end of the day that was just probably one of the, if not the greatest player we ever seen.
No question. I love it too because I think today fans are so spoiled by LeBron and rest in peace Kobe and all these superstars that kind of got to show their life off the court. We never got that with Mike. You know what I mean? Days we never got that with Mike. It was basketball Mike, selling shoes Mike, and then it was owner Mike. But we never got that, just the real raw behind the scenes, locker room, chill, see how he is in practice, which I love. Just the really inside because, Mike was one of those superstars that, obviously he came around before social media, but he was always just a private person. You know what I mean? We can't speak to what it's like to be the greatest, basketball player of all time. So I'm sure there's a lot of shit that plays into that. But Mike's always been very reserved. So to be able to see him vulnerable and real and how he was and hear his teammates talk about him and other people talk about him. And what I love the most is, I missed MJ by 1 year coming into the league, but I got Kobe. You know what I mean? And Kobe was a replication of what Mike was. So I got a chance to play against that kind of dog. And then when we were teammates, to see the way he had to motivate some guys. Some guys you got to go right at the head. Some guys you got to cuss out. Some guys you got to pull to the side. But to be able to see how Mike treated dudes in practice and wasn't in practice, that's how Kobe was in practice. You know what I mean? So
that's
to be able to get a chance to rock out with Kobe like that and play with Kobe like that shit was dope.
That's incredible.
So talk to us a little bit about, you were in, I think it's synonymous that, athletes want to rap, rappers want to be athletes. You were in the mix, like you said, you dropped your first album in 98, heavy in the game with DMX and Rough Riders. Previous to that, what was the culture like? What was the fashion like? What was just the whole vibe of the late 90s? Because I think a lot of kids today have no idea what shit was really like back then.
I think it was real baggy, oversized, definitely oversized.
You look at some of that shit, like what was we wearing back then, like the 5X tees?
I got a whole bunch of jerseys in the garage. Like I don't know who did I buy these for?
Right.
I'm like, damn, 4X and 3X throwbacks. I can't fit not near one of them. Wasted all that money on them big ass garments.
Hey, I got a pair of shorts I just found the other day in my storage. I'm gonna grab them because you reminded me of some shit that I was wearing back then, right when I got to the league. So early 2000s, 5X. Them shits look like. Pull them shits out real quick. Look how big these motherfucking shorts are, dude.
Wow.
That shit covered my whole countertop. You know what I mean? Put them on top just so people see what the fashion was like back then, how crazy we was looking. But we was the shit back then, though. It was the style back then, though.
Definitely, you was in like a wow.
Shit all the way down to my shins. That's what it was, though. You throw some Air Force Ones on with these and a white tee.
You was good. Oversized everything. Bandanas, construction, Timberlands. For the most part, just oversized. Right. Big leather jackets.
Mm-hmm.
All I can really think is just everything 3 or 4 sizes too big, but you was still fresh.
Right. White tees and Air Force Ones were a must.
Yeah, you was good. That was the uniform.
Straight up. That was universal, too. What was your favorite part about that time? Because, obviously things change, things progress, and we got to, like basketball's progressed. Back then, I think people are starting to see in the documentary, you saw how crazy it was, how MJ really had to get in the weight room because they was fucking him up. You know what I mean? He was going to the hole and getting put down every time. And I caught the end of that. And then to see today's game, I also got a chance to play with Shaq. And that was one thing Shaq said, if anyone ever got cooking, let them come by. Y'all lay their ass down when they get to the basket. You know what I mean? That's the old kind of game we used to play. So today's game is a lot different.
Different.
What was your favorite part about that era overall?
overall, for me, the best part back then was the money. You know, the budgets. It seemed like it should be the other way around, but the budgets were much bigger back then. Just a lot of money to blow. You know what I mean? It was more artist development. You know, that's something I think that's missing today.
Right.
Just the energy into the. There's always been politics, and it always will be politics in the music business. But I think just the whole core of energy was more better back then.
Yeah.
It was more focused into the music. Of course, technology came in and played a big part in opening up other avenues for, you know, dudes to get money. But the focus in music, the texture, the cloth, I think was much different and much better, more heartfelt, more genuine to me. But that's just my opinion.
Right. Now, with that, like I said, we both kind of from that era, we're similar age. And like I said, the game has progressed. And not that I'm hating on what the game is now, but it's different, obviously, similar to what the music game is. What is the one thing about the music game right now that you wish was different? To me, because I wish the NBA was still
more balanced for me. I'm not mad because hip hop's evolving and hip hop's still young. It just turned 50 years old, actually. That's a lot of people don't know that. But just a little more balanced. The same way they let some bubble gum or whatever you want to call it in, they should let more groups like Griselda, you know, Conway, Westside, and Benny. They should let more groups like that in and just balance the scale out a little bit better, and it'd be it'd be better for the culture in a whole.
Why do you think there are less? Because we came from a time where groups were in. You know, there are a lot of solo acts, but groups are what were in, and then everyone kind of after that would do their solo project. Why do you think there's less groups today in music?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if the company, because you really don't need the company to do your thing now. And I don't know. I guess more dudes is on a solo mission opposed to, you know. When we was coming up, I thought groups was really dope. Like we always looked up to whoever it was, Run DMC, the Fat Boys.
Right. Whether it was rap or R&B.
Yeah, R&B, rap, whatever. Groups was just something that was popping.
Who were some of the groups coming up that you really looked up to? Or individual rappers?
Definitely EPMD, definitely Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, KRS, Cool G Rap, NWA, everybody before me, really. I'm a big fan of the game, big student of the game. I just love listening to music, you know. Hip-hop is an art form that they only put our genre of music in a box and categorize it. West Coast rap and down south rap and East.
Right.
They don't do that with no other genre of music, so we always got to be mindful of that. But, you know, I always pay homage to everybody that came before me. And even those that come after me, I just love music, especially good music.
Student of the game. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot right here. Who's your top 5 all-time NBA players, in your opinion?
No particular order.
Nah, just give me 5.
MJ, Magic, Iverson, Shaq,
Cold War Bron yet. Who get that last spot? It might be someone else. It might be Tim Duncan. It might be, you know, I like hearing yours.
That's what I'm saying. The last slot might got a question mark there.
I got my top 5. This is my order too. I'll put this in order too. I got MJ, I got Kobe, I got Bron 3, but I think Bron could climb into over Kobe and into the conversation with MJ. In my opinion, if he's able to get another championship, that'll be his fourth overall championship, third with a different team. He's the only guy that's going to be top 10 in scoring and top 10 in assists, and just overall fucking monster. I got MJ, I got Kobe, I got Bron, I got Magic, and I got Shaq as my fifth.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shaq too, but I gotta wait and see what Bron is gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Who's your team? So you're an East Coaster. I know you fuck with Philly a lot. You in New York. Who was your team coming up?
I don't have a team, although I would love any New York team to, make it to the playoffs and hopefully get to the Golden Gates. But I got so many homies in the league. I just love basketball. Okay. But I'm always rooting for New York. The Knicks been garbage for a million years. The Nets, we got KD and Kyrie. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can put something together with them too in the forthcoming years and see what we get out of that. But I just love basketball. So
I hear you. What's Sheik and SP up to? There was someone I followed too early on. What they been up to?
They chilling. We actually releasing a new Locks album, I think in a month or so. So we've been having Zoom meetings with the Rock Nation management and the labels, and they just home quarantining. SP is out. We own Juice Bars.
Okay.
Together in Yonkers, and he has 3 other ones in the Bronx and in Brooklyn. So I see him there sometime at our store in Yonkers when we got to stop by. That's about it, though.
I got some juice bars out here on the West Coast. We need to collab and do one.
Definitely. That's big business. We definitely need to do that.
That's Northern California, where I'm from. So that would definitely be something we need to sit down and collab on.
We're going to definitely do that.
Released the
Say that again?
You released the album recently?
Yeah. I just dropped Ignatius. Before the pandemic hit the world, I was actually on one of the best promo tours ever. And then, the world got shut down to quarantine. And we still actually working the project from in the crib. But yeah, it was for my man that passed away from colon cancer, Ice Pick. When he died, he didn't really tell me. He didn't want me to know that he was fighting colon cancer. So I was like kind of one of the last people to find out. So I didn't receive it as well as people might have thought I received it, or it hit me a little bit different. So
right.
Did so much for me in my life. I just felt the need to do something for him different than the normal check on his kids and make sure his kids is good. I'm gonna do that anyway, but I just wanted to dedicate a project in his name, So I made that album, Ignatius, and actually his loved ones, they love it. The people received it very well, and I'm good with that now. I can get back to my regular scheduled program of being Jada.
Motherfucker, man, I lost my mom to that shit in 26 days, so that cancer is no joke, man. That shit'll come and change your whole world flash.
Definitely, man.
Hey, you guys check out house98.com where you can visit, relive the late 90s music, fashion, the energy. I think you got a Spotify playlist for them, right? Through House of 98?
Yeah. Go on there and check it out. Hear some of what's going on, how we felt about 98.
Crazy.
I got the top 5 songs from the Spotify playlist from The Last Dance. Let me see.
What you got for us? We'll play a little sample for us. You got any on you?
Nah, I ain't got nothing.
Oh, it's on the phone?
Yeah, it's just a list. It's just a list for you. I ain't got my setup. Watching them versus things, your technology got to be right, or it can go all wrong.
No fuck up. They
can go Teddy Riley at any minute around here.
On them Nelly Riley yesterday.
Nelly Riley, I told you. I knew somebody was going to call him Nelly Riley.
It is funny, man, but I love the creativity. How do you feel over the years you've had to adapt your game, if any, to have longevity in this? Like you said, you just released another solo project. You're releasing another project with the group Locks soon. How have you adjusted your game, if at all, to fit with fit music today?
You gotta just embrace the new stuff. You know what I mean? We able to navigate through it because we have kids. You know what I mean? My oldest son is 23. I also got a 16-year-old daughter, so they bring a little bit of A&R into my music by letting me hear what's going on with the baby and little baby or whatever is that. And, I actually sit down, listen to it, and like some of it. So, not like, you can't put yourself in a bubble and be like, I don't want to hear that. You got to hear what's going on. And you mix it into your formula. You might not use a whole bunch of it, but sprinkle of a little bit of it, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, definitely.
Even as little as things as giving the youngsters game of what to expect in the industry. You know what I mean? That gives you legs. You know what I mean? It shows you a big bro or OG instead of a hater, and they don't mind hitting you up and asking you some things, what to expect down the road. So always giving game is always one of the things that me, myself, and my brothers always like to do with the younger artists as well as work them. And, get on the tracks and smoke their ass. You know what I mean? That's another way to stay around. That's that you still got it around.
Right. You were someone to me where you were a legend from a standpoint of lyrically. To me, not too many people fuck with you, your delivery. But I wonder why it never. I always had a thought that because you never really went commercial, you never went to as high as you're one of them very talented dudes, but you kind of stayed in that area because, correct me if I'm wrong.
Definitely. That's like my story.
You know what I mean? So you kept yourself and you have your core loyal fans, but to me, lyrically, you're up here. You know what I mean? So am I close to thinking that's what it was?
No, definitely that's it. And I don't know what it, I never know what it is. Maybe they'll figure it out after I'm gone. But, it financially, I'm in a beautiful place. We can always have more money or, do better. But I'm blessed to be able to, take care of my family and whatever I want to do. But as far as that accolade of, I definitely feel how you feel, and I think a lot of the people feel the same way.
Right. No, absolutely. There's no question about that. I think Fab was in that lane a little bit until I think he started doing some more commercial stuff with, to me, Rose. But to me, you lyrically were always in the top conversation. It just never really got that recognition. But you, like I said, you got your core fans, and obviously, like you said, you've been blessed financially. But to me, I never got it. Like, how is this not one of the top motherfuckers in the game? Like, he's
they hating on me. They hate.
Consistently getting balls. Facts, real life shit, real stories, telling the story, and it just, I don't know. I just always wanted to. I think I told you that one time. I met you in Philly back in the day when I was playing with Philly. I was just getting blowed back then. I was on the bench chilling, watching, having the best seat game, watching AI. But I got a chance to meet you, and I think I told you that, man. Like, I really mess with your music. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time, man. So it's an honor.
Appreciate that. Likewise, man. I followed you always since UCLA, so I think that before too. That you got that dog in you.
Appreciate.
Rock out with my bro Stack.
Yeah.
Stack 5.
We got to get you on. We got to get you on All the Smoke once we get out this quarantine, man.
Once this is over, we got to do that definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the